Hello, my fast track your business challengers. This is day 2 and I am absolutely excited because I've got a very important topic today. It's all about becoming visible and standing out from the crowd. Now, how are you really going to do this, and how important is it in your business, right? I'm going to find out in a minute. But if you are here today and you are most likely a woman who wants to start her business or has started her business and just wants to create that lifestyle, the freedom, the flexibility, and works on that business that is truly aligned. Okay, and it's a passion-based business, I call it. Hi, Ian. Nice to see you here. So we're going to fast track our businesses. And this is step 2. So let me get straight into the training. I mentioned yesterday when I set up the challenge that I want you to reflect first and foremost where you're standing in that area. How competent or how confident are you that you're already doing this, that you are already visible, that you are already creating content that truly converts and that truly resonates with your audience. Okay, so have a quick think about that. How do you score between 1 and 10? 1 is like really low and 10 is I'm amazing. Okay, so what's your current level when it comes to visibility? So as I said, why is this important? You want, first and foremost, yesterday we talked a little bit about who you are in business. What do you stand for? Who's your target market? And a little bit about their pain points, because we're going to build on that. And hopefully you were able to watch yesterday's video, because you do need the homework from yesterday to feed into the work that you're doing today, okay? Because at the end of the day, we don't want to be appealing to everyone, because if you're trying to appeal to everyone and you're just talking to the market, and then nobody, I guess most people can maybe not resonate because they may not be in that situation. I know I had this question yesterday about selling supplements and health and wellness supplements or products, and that's a thing. If there's a whole range of these products, and those could appeal to different people, and those people have perhaps different challenges or pain points or illnesses and issues, or some don't have an illness but they just want to be feeling better. So it's about perhaps picking 1, 2, or 3 pain points or markets, or let's say customers that you actually want to cater for. Because if you're trying to talk to everyone, you're going to be talking to no one really. I mean, it's just a scattergun approach, because what you want to do is you want to be known for a certain want to be a go-to person for a certain thing, right? So I'm the go-to person to fast track and launch a business. Okay, so you want to have a strong brand identity. You want to stand out from your competitors, because you want to show what you can bring in addition to a product or a service, and how you are different to your competitors. And this is how your target market will actually notice you. They will understand you. They will be able to resonate with what you've got to offer, because you show that you have understood their pain points and that you care for them. Okay, and hence, if you combine all of these things, and if you then take that and become visible on the right platforms in the right manner on a consistently, then the income will follow. I know we're all here to make some sort of income. We love doing what we do. However, in the end of the day, we need to have some sort of income to sustain us, to grow us, and to have that flexibility in the lifestyle. That was, for example, that was my why in terms of why did I start my business. Of course, I love serving clients. On the other hand, I also love to have the freedom, the flexibility, and I can choose who I work with and money. Okay, so score 1 to 10. Where are you at when it comes to visibility and creating content that resonates with your ideal client? Okay, so I'll share an overview. Okay, so this is about becoming visible online without spending hours on social media, because I completely know how it feels, how you can go down a rabbit hole and spending hours and hours going through your news feed, and you see this, that, and the other, and this person does that, and whoa, look at that. And well, have you done your work? Have you focused on what you need to do? Have you engaged with your audience, for example? Have you added value to your audience? Have you made yourself heard? Because, the other thing is, first impressions do matter. How do you use your private Facebook profile? How do you use your business profile? How did you set those up? Are you using all of the assets? Like, by assets, I mean, have you added the descriptions? Have you added potentially links to your website or to your, if you have something like that already in place? If not, then it doesn't matter, because that's what we're going to do tomorrow, creating that sales funnel, because you need to have some sort of link where people can actually contact you, right? So you want to make sure you've got that somewhere on your profile, on your business page, where people can find you, where it's supposed to be, right? So, hi, Angela. Good morning. Where are you? It's afternoon in the UK, so have a wonderful morning. And Ian, yes, you are working on your homework. So, yep, please, your homework, there is a homework thread for day 1, and I'm going to also put a day 2 homework thread in for you as well with the workbook for today. Now, first and foremost, it's about building, social media profile. You should have a business page as well. And the question is, how do you use your business page versus your personal page? So I kind of use my personal page as well. Like, I also share business posts, but I understand that my audience wants to get to know me, and I do share things about my family. I mean, I do not share like when I'm drunk or something like that. So I'm kind of keeping it more sort of neutral, but also I want to share the fun side. And it's not only business stuff that I share, but it's sort of goes hand in glove, goes together. With the business page, I share things from my business page onto my profile or into Facebook groups as well, because that actually will lead people back to your business page. And this is where you have your assets. This is where you have your links, your offerings, your call to actions and things like this as well. So that would be kind of your hub to start with, your business page, and then share your stuff to other platforms or to other things from there. Okay, so important is, of course, to create that killer content. So first, before we do that, we need to recap 5 questions you need to ask yourself today, and that is your homework. So in order to be able to create the content and to know where people are and how to reach them and how to be visible and in the right places, you need to know 5 things, okay? And those 5 things will be in the workbook for you. Who is my audience? Okay, we started by yesterday. We did a little brainstorm towards the end of the session. What's the person that I'm talking to? Is it male, female? What's the age? What's the hobbies? What are they reading? What are their interests? Where do they hang out? So question number 2, where do they hang out? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it LinkedIn? Or is it a combination? And what sort of groups may they be hanging out in? Okay, and question number 3, what problems do they have? And again, if you have lots of different things you could do or solve. Like I'm working, for example, with a couple of therapists. So therapists, they can solve any problem from depression, anxiety, stress, weight loss, parenting. But it's just too much to concentrate on, because obviously with the parenting, the therapist will be going into parenting groups on new moms. Whereas if it's more stress and anxiety related, she could be looking at going into the corporate arena, where it could be executive stress reduction. Yeah. So, it's so different. And I think you're just going to get lost if you're trying to cater for all of these markets right from the start. I'd almost look at one first and really make that impact with the one group, and then, naturally grow from there. But if you're using the scattergun approach, it's going to be really, really difficult. Also from a your own workload, because you'll have to go into many more different groups. You'll have to create content that actually resonates with, say, the parent group, and you may have to also write content that resonates with the corporate CEOs, for example, on stress levels. It's a lot of work, actually, a lot of things to handle. So best to start small, okay, and compact. So that was question number 3, is about what problems do they have. And then question number 4 is what content can I create that provides value? See, that's the thing. I often see just posts selling stuff, and that's when I'm not really engaged, because I don't really know what the product is or what it does. And for me, it always starts a couple of steps before. It's about creating that trust, the relationship, and opening people up to the fact that, hey, you may have these challenges that you may want to overcome. And don't worry, there are choices, there are solutions, and then lead them towards that solution. So it's about, sometimes opening them up and sort of bringing that awareness into people's lives that this is an issue and that they need a solution for that. So it's content to provide value, to provide information, and to position you as the go-to expert for that particular problem, because they will remember you. Oh, she or he can solve that problem for me. So Angela, you're saying a lot of people saying with new Facebook algorithm business pages are not useful. Would you still recommend them? Yeah, you're absolutely right, Angela. And I find that with my business page as well. It's very low reach because, at the end of the day, Facebook is clever. They want you to invest money into ads. And of course, you need a Facebook business page to do ads. But at the same time, I'm still using the Facebook page to share from, to bring people back into my hub, basically. Okay, so it's still my professional platform, and I do run ads as well. You can have other strategies. You could do some videos as well. You can then run very low cost ads, so people actually warm up to you, but they will then come back and read other things on your business page. Yeah. And being in groups as well, or having your own groups. There's so many different strategies that you could run, but do 1 or 2 things really well. Pick what you're going to do and stick for it for 30 days at least. See what the outcome is, and then add another strategy or change. Like, for example, with groups, you can't be in like 10, 20 groups. It's just not manageable, not in a way that you really create that connection and you get to know each other, and that you can establish yourself as the expert inside the group. Because the whole idea of going into a group is not just to post the stuff that you sell on the Marketing Monday or what have you. It's also to be there on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, on a Thursday, on a Friday, and help and share and ask questions or answer questions. It's a give and take. It is about building that relationship, and then pick maybe 3 groups and start with that. And if that doesn't work, you may want to change the group and go somewhere else, but stick with it for 30 days, because, you know, we are in it for the long haul. It's not like I don't believe that you can build a business overnight and there are no magic buttons. Unfortunately, I haven't found it. And believe me, I have actually invested into so many, you know, shiny objects and software and gadgets and things. It just doesn't exist quite. I haven't found the magic bullet yet myself. It is about being consistent and visible and just connecting from the heart, being yourself, and do your best work. Great advice. Thank you, Ian. And Ian is still using business pages, but he's still getting new likes as well and followers, as it seems to be okay for you. Yeah, I mean, that is another strategy. Obviously, we're already talking quite advanced strategies where you can actually get likes and video views, and then you can retarget through paid Facebook ads, for example, because that's when you actually warm up your audience and they're ready to hear more from you as well. And this can be achieved on a very low budget. So, but these are all things that I do teach. So unfortunately, I can't go through that in detail. And obviously, all of these things, there are lots of moving parts on the way. And all of these, you know, you need to join them up so they all work together like a finely oiled machine. So where were we? Okay, great, Angela. Hopefully that answered your question. So I think I just need to recap. So who's my audience? That was number one. Number two, where do they hang out? Number three is, what problems do they have? Number four is, what content can I create that provides value? And that's why we did a bit detour about the Facebook groups. And number five is, how do I connect and be visible? So, and I think I kind of set that a little bit in terms of how you use your business page, how you go into Facebook groups, and, you know, be self-confident. I did not do Facebook Live until January 2017. I'm the worst. I thought I'm the worst person on video. Honestly, I have not felt, you know, that confident about me doing videos. But by now I'm kind of enjoying it, because, you know, of course I'm talking to my camera right now, but just you guys being here and interacting and asking questions, and I can, you know, really provide value to you. That's just a buzz. And you can do the same. You know, you can just go out there with that mindset and show up and show up for who you are. Okay, very important. I think I talked about the next one. That was the ideal to target market. Who's your ideal client? I think we covered that by now. You know, again, gender, age, profession, and where do they hang out. So you need to know that. But one thing I'd just like to really emphasize. So what content converts? Okay, what's the content that converts? If you have any idea, then let me know. But it's a type of content that converts. Okay, you may have seen straight product posts. As I said, that's like sales, and you like kind of switch off. I personally, and this is probably an exercise that you can do for yourself as well, which posts do you stop? Like, when you scroll through the news feed, which are the posts that really appeal to you? And then analyze, why is that? And I find it's conversations, it's stories, it's people showing up for who they are, and, you know, and sharing the stories of hardship, for example, or how they overcame something, and they are being vulnerable, and they are being, well, real. Hopefully most of them are real, right? Ian says, you're great on video. Thank you. I mean, you were there when I did my first Facebook Live, when we were at the event in London. So your enthusiasm is infectious, and your impact are fantastic. That, you know, that's really making my day. Getting feedback like that is just really want me to get up and do more of this great work, because I do know I can help so many entrepreneurs, because I was trapped, and I was going to actually tell you exactly my little story, and this could be a post, because I was trapped exactly there. And it's about stimulating the conversations and stories that your ideal client can relate to, and how you overcame the challenge, or objections, for example, right? You could actually, you know, work on objections like you don't have time, or you don't have you don't have time, you don't have money to invest, or making your business work, whatever that may be, right? So it's really getting into the core. So I'd like to just share my kind of example, and let me know whether some of that may resonate. And this could be 2 or 3 different pieces of content, but just want to give you some idea with regards to how you could approach and write content that really converts. So for me personally, it's taken me actually more than just a month, more like years to get to where I am now. And because I was really chasing shiny objects, I tried to put all the puzzle pieces together so I could write about that. I can write about how confused I was, that I didn't know how to join the dots up in my business. I've also joined group programs so I could ask questions. Well, how many of you have joined group programs where you were just one of hundreds and you didn't get any attention or feedback, and you ended up not doing the work? You just invested and then you didn't do the work and you didn't really get any results. So that could be a really good, interesting question. Perhaps you are watching videos, or you're thinking, these are great ideas. How does it apply to me? Again, you know, you could ask questions around, have you been in this situation? Like I got stuck and overwhelmed. I was watching hours and hours of videos, and then really I didn't know how to implement it on my own. I didn't have the feedback. I was second guessing, and I was kind of working as a loner in my bubble from home, creating stuff and wasting lots of time and money, and then second guessing without having anyone, you know, to look over my shoulder and help me and join the dots. Like I would have really wished to have a fairy godmother that would help me whenever I got stuck. Yeah, and this is where I could lead in and say, well, I could be your fairy godmother to help you out. So there could be a little call to action, okay? You could be very controversial and say, well, you do not need any flashy websites or any flashy logos in order to start your business, okay? And then move on to, you know, saying this is how I solved the problem. So there could be lots of pain points that you're listing about your customer, and I just gave you the ones that I'm using for my business. And this is obviously your homework to think about what's the pain points for your business in your area. Okay, so for a therapist, it could be stress, depression, and what could be like being stressed. You know, what's the ripple effect of being stressed at home? What's the ripple effect at work? You know, maybe not being able to do the best job at work, being nervous and anxious every single time, and, you know, having even physical symptoms, or not getting that promotion, or at home being stressed with children, and not having the home life, you know. So you see, when you think a little bit outside the box, what you provide, it's a lifestyle. It's like cars, okay? I'm not thinking about the engine and all the gadgets inside. I'm thinking it's a great lifestyle. And I think for me, it's different whether I sit in a really old banger or I have a luxurious car and I have this lifestyle, and I'm, you know, going on a ride with my kids on a summer afternoon, driving towards the coast or something like that. You know, when you have these TV ads, you actually get a lot of those sort of lifestyle feelings from it. So think in those terms, like, where the pain points, but what could be the outcome if we can work on those pain points? What will be the outcome? This is what I can provide. It's that feeling and that lifestyle. Okay. So yeah, I think I'll just giving you some ideas in terms of how you could formulate the content. What I would say now is I am a project manager, but in my heart, okay, so by trade basically, and it's really important to create this high converting social media content in a way that is, you're not going to go crazy, and you know, you've got to be on it every day, hours and hours writing and writing. Okay, so first and foremost, the tool I use to capture any of my ideas is Evernote. So it's free to download. There's an app, you can download it on desktop as well. It's really easy to note. So it's evernote.com, I believe. Give yourself a deadline. Okay, so set a timer. Like in the morning, I give myself about an hour and a half to do creative stuff. So that includes writing content or writing new sales materials or programs and stuff. So it's my creative time. Okay, so I have a deadline, because otherwise you do spend as much time as you give yourself, and you would actually take that time. Okay, so how often did you have to be somewhere at such and such time, and you had like half an hour to complete the task? I'm sure you did it. So give yourself the deadline. Then from the content, you can actually make that into, you can reuse that. So it depends what you've got. And again, you may already have a website or a blog, or you may be on different social media platforms. What I tend to do is I write some bullet points, and then I like to do a video. And then I write a longer post in more detail that will then go onto my my website as a blog post. And the video, I actually I've got it on Facebook, so I can share that on Facebook. I could share it on other social media platforms, of course, and I upload it on YouTube with a description. So every time you do something like that, make sure you have a description or some sort of link or a call to action at the end. Okay, that's very, very important. So this is called repurposing the content across all platforms. You could also use it as emails. That's another topic I discuss quite often with my clients around, you know, newsletters, how much work it is to keep up email lists and why email lists. But we'll talk about that tomorrow in more detail. But the content can go into emails as well. That's the point. So any questions so far? Because that was really the main topic, the main input for today. And I've kind of already alluded to you know that we do all that in my Fast Track Business Launcher program, because I do help you create the bank of content. We set all your social media profiles up properly so that you are using all the assets that you have available. You know, we'll make sure that you have a powerful call to action as well, so that people, you know, do action and, you know, get into contact with you or download something that you've got there for free. So making sure that you're going to be visible on those platforms, that your ideal clients are as well, and also getting you visible at the times when your clients are online, because there's obviously tools where you can check, you know, when people are online, most likely. So that's what I'm covering in my Fast Track Business Launcher program. It is a 6-week program, and I think it's one of my masterpiece that I've really put together, because when I was struggling, I couldn't really put all the puzzle pieces together under one roof, and it took me months and maybe even years by now, you know, to take my business to the level where I really understand how it's all working together. And in my program, I teach you how you can actually do this in a couple of weeks, because it's about creating that powerful foundation, the powerful engine, right? And then you're just going to feed the engine. That's all you need to do. And the great thing also is that it's a very, very personalized and intimate opportunity. It's not going to be a mass program. You will have access to myself one-to-one as well, so that we can actually tweak your work individually to you and your business. And I think that's really, really important to have that opportunity and to talk about that and tweak that as you're going along. So my call to action is, if you are serious about up-leveling yourself and fast-tracking your business quickly so that you can make the impact on your clients, you can do your best work, and also make the income that you desire, then, you know, I'd say jump on a call with me and I will answer any questions, talk you through, we'll see whether this will fit your requirements. It's a very informal call. I will leave the link in the description in this video as well. So would love to have the opportunity to connect with as many of you as possible during the challenge. Lastly, I'm going to put the homework out there. It's a one-page worksheet with the 5 questions that I'd like you to work on for today. So look out for the post, and I will be back here tomorrow, same time, 1 p.m. British Standard Time. And any questions, let me know. If you're watching on replay, obviously, I'm happy to answer any questions that may come up in the meantime as well. So thank you so much for spending the time and learning and truly investing in yourself and fast-tracking your business. I wish you a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Okay, bye.